Hi, it's Sedalia. Welcome to my channel, Dawnward Dog Yoga. Thanks for joining me again. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, and hope to see you many more times after this. Today's practice will involve some lunging, a warrior two, but we're going to do this slow and steady. So we're not going to move at a quick pace. We'll really find our breath and be aware of the movement as it flows, as we flow on our mats. So the block is always handy, but we're going to start today in a child's pose. So come onto your knees and we'll take a wide-legged child's pose. So your toes touch and your knees come out as wide as the mat. And you're intending for your hips to kind of meet or towards your heels, and slowly, mindfully extend your arms out in front, your hands out in front. If it feels good, you can use the block for your forehead, or your forehead could come down to the mat. So here's a good place for your block. You can also use the block behind if you would like a little bit more connection. If your hips, you're aspiring for your hips to meet your heels and they're not there yet, so the block is a good way to make that connection. So whatever variation you have, come into it, closing your eyes and really feeling this engagement with the earth in child's pose. So it may look like we're not doing anything here, we're just sort of hanging out, but really we're being mindful of our breath, and we're feeling this kind of pulling towards the front of our space. So this active range of motion from our shoulders to our fingertips, and also from our sitting bones towards our heels. So play around with this movement here, acknowledging the time that you took to get on your mat today, being grateful for that, and feeling your breath, noticing your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Take 3 more breaths in child's pose. And on your 3rd breath, bring a smile to your face, and then slowly move your torso towards the front of your space, bringing your knees under your hips, coming into our tabletop, feeling firm in our hands into the earth, our knees pressed into the earth. And what would it feel like to spin your elbow creases towards the front of your space? From here, take your hips to the right, so bump your hips to the right, and then look over your left shoulder for kind of like this twist variation, engaging your core, being mindful of not pushing all your weight in your right hand, so adjusting so that there's equal pressure on both hands, and taking a couple breaths here. Inhale back to center, take a breath in center, and now bump your hips to the left of your mat and look over your right shoulder. Again, the awareness of the pressure in your palms. Does it feel like you're balancing more to one side? And if so, take a moment here to readjust. Remember to feel grounded with the earth. Take a few breaths here. And back to center. Inhale, drop your belly, open your chest, open your collarbone, maybe gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, round your back, expand your shoulder blades, chin to chest for cat. Inhale, drop your belly, tailbone lifts, open up your chest. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest, cat. So take this flow a few more times, this cow-cat flow at your own pace. And I would invite you at this point to actually slow it down. So maybe you think you're going really slowly. Can you go a little bit slower? Really feeling the movement through your spine, feeling the movement of your breath through your body. Feeling that engagement with the earth and with your core. So take 2 more in this really slow cow-cat. Always assessing, reassessing, being present in the movement. Last inhale, last exhale, and back to our neutral tabletop. Curl your toes under, adjust your hands, hips lift back and up, down dog. Down dog, take some movement here, pedal at your feet. Perhaps come to the outside edge of your right foot, looking under your left armpit, and then take it to the other side, coming on to the outside edge of your left foot, looking under your right armpit, back to down dog, and just play a little bit here, feeling your heel and tend towards the earth, feeling your hips draw up, away from the earth. Take a moment here to extend your knees, lift your heels, and now bend your knees. Really feel that intention of your chest moving towards your thighs. And maybe from here, you want to drop your heels a little bit. In down dog, drop your left heel, inhale, right leg comes up. So in 3-legged dog, keeping your toes pointed towards the earth, your hips are pointing towards the earth. So we're in this closed hip, square hips, maybe you've heard. Perhaps feeling a little bit shaky. Again, reassessing, are your toes turning out? Is your hip turning out? If so, do your best to turn your toes down towards the earth. This will likely limit your range of motion. We'll open up shortly. Take a breath. And now bend your right knee and open up your hip to the right side of your space. So really feeling this openness in your hip. Maybe looking under your left shoulder. Taking a peek at your right foot. And being mindful of the even pressure on both of your palms. Inhale here, exhale, drop your right foot to the earth. Take a breath here in down dog. And now inhale, left leg comes up. Toes pointing towards the earth, hips square to the earth. Breathing here. Bend your left knee and open up your hip to the left side of your space. Again, if you like, you can peek under your right armpit. Say hello to your foot. It's there, trust me. It's somewhere up in space, but it's all part of who and what we're doing today. Take another breath here. Inhale, exhale. Release your foot to the earth and drop your knees lightly and come into a child's pose. So again, hips back towards the heels, knees as wide as the mat. Arms either in extension towards the front, or you can bring your arms towards your feet. And just take a moment here to pause, feeling your breath.
If your hands are at your feet, bring them back out towards the front of your mat. Inhale brings you to table. Exhale to down dog. Slowly walk towards the front of the mat. Hanging out here in forward fold, maybe adjusting your shirt. If it feels good in your body, you can bring your arm to opposite elbow and take some swaying movements here. Really feeling this rounded spine. So not aiming for this sort of straight spine, but a rounded spine. Maybe your chin comes to your chest. And hang out here for a few breaths. Drop your fingertips to the earth and slowly roll up. Take your time with this. Maybe graze your fingertips along your legs. And the last part of your body to come up, your chin. Coming into mountain pose. And mountain, bring your arms, your hands behind your head. So interlace your fingers behind your head, kind of make a little bit of a pillow here. Standing strong in mountain. Watching your belly, it's engaged. Inhale here. Exhale, drop to the right side of your space for a side bend. So feeling this bend on the left side of your body, the stretch, and then the contraction on the opposite side. What does it feel like to maybe look up at the sky? Really inviting the movement of your top shoulder to open. Taking some breaths. Inhale back to center. Take a moment here, readjust your feet. Strong in mountain. Inhale center, exhale side bend to the opposite side, to the left. Opening up your top shoulder, trying to avoid this sort of hunched over position. We really want to open our chest here. And whatever feels good for your gaze, either towards the sky or maybe even closing your eyes, is good. I like to close my eyes. It helps me actually bring a bit more concentration to my movement. Take one more cycle of breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release your arms. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. So let's all bring our hands up towards our thighs. So really feel this half lift. Most of you probably can reach the earth or reach your toes. We're going to really focus on kind of this sensation in our back, bringing our elbows to try to meet towards the back of our space. Bring your shoulder blades, intending to bring them together. And our neck is long. So take some breaths here in this half lift. Exhale, folding forward, fingertips to the earth. Step your left foot back, keeping your fingertips on the earth for a supported lunge. So first, get your base of support. So feel grounded in that front foot. The front knee is over the front ankle and the back heel is lifted. Both sets of toes are pointing towards the front of the mat. Inhale, perhaps bring your hands to the top of that front thigh. Steady yourself here. And what would it feel like here in this lunge to try to bring your feet together, this energetic push of the feet trying to meet each other at the center of the mat. And then the opposite, the feet pulling away from the center of the mat, like you're trying to tear the center of the mat. So play with that movement of opposition. So again, just like child's pose, maybe it looks like we're kind of just hanging out. But if we play with this energetic movement, we can really feel engagement of our muscles. You can stay here or inhale, arms float up, palms facing the back of your space.
Taking a breath, maybe gazing up at your fingertips, watching your shoulders, that there's some space between your shoulders and your ears. And now pivot your back foot so that it's in line with the short edge of the mat, parallel to the short edge of the mat, and your arms come out at T for warrior two. So hips are facing the left side of our space, front knee is still bent, arms are long, energy emanating from all parts of our body. Straighten the front knee, right arm floats to the sky, left hand connects with the back leg, reverse triangle. Again, this is the side bend, variation of the side bend that we did earlier, opening up the right shoulder. Pivot that back foot, cartwheel your hands, come into supported lunge, shining your chest forward, fingertips land on the earth, step your right foot back, coming into plank. Inhale a plank, exhale hips back and up, down dog. Exhale, step slowly to the front of your mat for forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Again, your hands come up on your thighs here, neck is long. Exhale, fold forward. Fingertips on the earth, and now step your right foot to the back of your mat. So before we rise, checkpoint, front foot, front toes facing the front of the mat, back toes facing the front of the mat, back heel is lifted, front knee over front ankle, engaging our core. Really think about also engaging your inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, hands come to rest on your left thigh. Scratch that itch that you have. Being mindful again of that energetic action that we can take on this side as well. So the intention of pulling your feet towards each other and then also trying to pull your feet away from each other. Engaging the core. You can stay here or inhale, arms out and up. Hands facing the back, palms facing the back of your space. Maybe have a slight back bend here. Feeling strong in this lunge. Pivot that back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Arms come out at T. Hips facing the right edge of the mat. Feeling strong in warrior two. Same idea with your feet. Pulling, pushing, pulling, pushing, engaging inner thighs. Kind of this work behind the scenes that we're doing. Inhale, extend the front knee. Left arm floats to the sky. Right arm connects with the back leg very lightly. Reverse triangle. Feeling the stretch in the side bend on the opposite side. Float that back hand towards the sky. Pivot your back foot. Fingertips to the earth for supported lunge. Take a moment here to feel strong, opening up your chest. Feeling like you can be in a lunge all day. We won't be, but just that sensation of feeling strong and feeling capable. Fingertips on the earth, step your left foot back for plank. Taking 3 breaths in plank, feeling really strong here, kind of creating a doming effect. Heels intending towards the back of your space. And then on an exhale, lower your knees to the earth and come back into our child's pose. So again, maybe this time you want to try a narrow child's pose. So your knees together, forehead to the earth, and your arms come into the back of your space. Or the wide-legged child's pose. Whatever feels good in your body right now, go ahead and take a few breaths in that variation. Take one more cycle of breath. Bring your fingertips to the earth. Push yourself up. Swing your legs around, coming into legs extended in front. We'll take our right foot over our left thigh, feeling grounded here. So perhaps this is what you need right now, and that's good. You can take your left elbow and hook it around your right knee, and then take your right hand and bring it behind you. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. So do your best to lengthen your spine before you engage in the twist. And maybe there's some adjustment that will happen. So inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. So thinking about the twist coming from the mid to upper back, so sort of the lower body stays in its place. Your gaze can be towards the back of your right shoulder or just in a neutral position. However your neck feels, honor that sensation. Take one more cycle of breath. Exhale, release everything. Maybe shake out your leg a little bit. Now take your left foot over your right thigh. You can stay here if that feels like it's enough. You can also take your right arm, hook it over your left knee, left fingertips come behind your space. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, twist to look over your left shoulder. Take one more cycle of breath. Exhale, back to center. Release your legs. Come to lie on your back. Getting ready for our final resting pose. Shavasana. We'll just take a moment here to bring our knees to our chest. Roll around on our back. Feel that engagement of the lower back with the earth. Find a moment of stillness here with your knees into your chest. Inhale, lift your back, your neck, your forehead to meet or intend to meet towards your knees. Take a breath here. Exhale, release everything to the earth. Extend your arms, extend your legs. Really feel like you're reaching towards the opposite space. Extend, 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 and release. So just take a minute here in Shavasana, corpse pose. Just take some micro adjustments that you need, and then find stillness. Bring awareness to your breath. You can stay here as long as you like. And if you're ready, just invite some movement into your limbs, your fingertips, your toes. Maybe bring some rotations into your wrists, into your ankles. And then bring your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart. And we'll close our practice on our backs. Taking 3 breaths together. Thank you for joining me today on Downward Dog Yoga. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Take care and have a fantastic day wherever you are.